Make sure this thing's going. Yeah, I see the lines. Ty, why is it so hard for you to start these podcasts? Why must it always be me?
I actually was going to, and then you cut me off. Yeah.
This could have been the one.
This could have been the one.
What was going to be said?
I was going to be like, Sean, I am so sorry. I forgot the ice pick.
Well, we don't want to talk about the ice pick yet. That's a later segment.
But it would be a great segue. That was awful. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm leaving this. I'm leaving this in because that was the worst teaser. And, hey, everyone, listen to the rest of the episode because how fucking interesting was this? Ty.
I'm sorry.
I will take the weight.
This is why you gotta open up.
This is
man.
why. No, I want to take some of the weight here because I didn't send you the right energies. Here, I'm just gonna unzip everything and
okay.
How you feeling?
Ooh, nipples getting a little medium rare. Okay.
Are you feeling better about things?
I'm feeling better. I needed that. Thank you, Sean.
You're welcome.
I just needed your body to just ground me in the present.
Give me a few sentences about why you love ASMR.
I
don't do ASMR, Ty. I'm asking you to explain it. Our warm up today was ASMR.
I'm kind of surprised. Like I'm like, what made you think I did? But if I think about ASMR and what I've actually heard, I think it's just having someone to talk to me. Like I don't have to say anything; they're just talking to me. I'm like,
is that why we're doing this podcast?
Yeah, because I needed someone to talk to me.
Sorry, listeners, this isn't about you. This is about Ty and I. This is the penultimate episode of season 2.
Yeah.
And here's some goddamn drums.
My kitty's now fast asleep, I can pour myself a glass. But too many shows on Netflix are trash, it makes me wanna pass. I can't figure out what to watch, what am I supposed to do? Let's get drunk and rewatch cartoons when we were little dudes. Whiskeylodeon.
Guys, we are so excited to introduce you to our guest today.
Well, I'm so happy to be here as your guest.
Yes. Well, you're my co-host. You're my team. You're my partner.
Oh.
And now we got someone in our throuple.
Oh.
Yes. We have...
He was in the invisible green room. I didn't see him. He just appeared.
Well, he's about to appear. This is a friend of mine that Sean has not met. So this is my friend.
He's my friend, too.
He is the host of Jedi Talks. Please welcome Brad Hughes.
What's up? You called it Jedi Talks as if there's more than one person talking.
Is it just Jedi Talk?
Yeah.
It is. Well, I mean, you do have another person on your show.
We have 2.
Yeah.
I have a
So
friend
there is
who
talks going
pluralizes
on.
everything.
Yeah, he does. I don't know.
And I mispronounce things. I'll
fine.
say Vietnamese instead of Vietnamese. And
So let's back up.
Okay, back it up.
I peeked my head in when you guys were talking about, like, when I was in the green room, and you like ASMR, bro?
I didn't say I did. That's why I was like, okay, let me
He
say
didn't
something.
Said you
didn't.
like it because you like having someone that talks to you, and that makes me sad for you.
Oh,
you're
well, that's
married.
why you should donate to my Patreon.
Oh. Is there a tier in the Patreon
Someone will
that
talk to you. Does that have to do with anyone talking to you?
pay us money and also talk to us? Oh, that brings another, like, the tier is
No, because that's
spelled
that's what
differently
it is.
in that way.
You can pay me to listen to
Tier
you.
3, TEAR.
I ran out. My eyes are dry.
Thank you guys for having me on, though. This is exciting. I came
so
to
glad.
Charlotte for this.
Yeah,
this
you
is why I'm
flew
here.
all the way
I
up
did.
from Orlando, Florida.
I flew on Frontier. Don't be too jealous.
Okay,
I was
okay.
row
Is this a good-
18A. I had a window seat.
Ooh.
It was nice. Now I couldn't extend my feet all the way because your boy's not short.
No, he's not.
But it was a nice
Anywhere.
flight. It was a nice flight. Yeah, no. Hey.
Those legs will stretch for days.
Gumby legs.
Yeah. They call me Gumby in the sheets
They call me Gumby in the sheets because I'm green and stretchy.
because I
And,
stretch like
and
Gumby.
I please women for 30 minutes, but there's an ad break in between.
And if you, I could do it for longer if you go to my Patreon and support it.
Yeah, I also have a horse.
His name's Pokey. If you get that joke.
Yeah, because I'm
Pokey.
Yeah,
Got a big orange horse dick.
got a big orange horse dick.
Now, Brad.
Do we just lose our audience, gain them, sustain them?
Yes.
Well, the Jedi Talk fans are going to be loving this because they're like, oh, this is just, he's always like this. That's
Yes.
cool. Awesome.
And so, Brad, you and I go way back.
Way back, dude.
We, like, what, 2012? Was it 11 or 12?
I started doing, I think, so when did you start working at the Comedy Zone?
It was March of either 2011 or 2012.
I think it was 2011 because I started doing improv in 2009.
Okay.
And I did improv for a year before I started doing stand-up. And pretty quickly from going from improv to stand up, I'm going to use these real light quotes, got in at the Comedy Zone. Mm-hmm. And that's when I met you. And we were like friends like that.
Yeah, instantly.
It was instant. We were fast friends, bro. I've always loved you. You're the man.
I think Ty has that effect.
You were at my wedding.
I was.
You were at my wedding.
And
we were betting in the back how long it was going to last, and Ty won. It was 6 months. Ty fucking won it.
like it's one of those things where like you'll meet a person and they'll be sassy and you'll be sassy right back and like, oh bitch, okay, we friends now.
Yeah, for sure.
That's exactly what happened.
We've always had that relationship.
Did y'all bitch end? You said, bitch, we gonna be friends now, bitch.
I think he said we were gonna be friends, and I was like, okay, bitch.
I was like, why don't you go on my podcast that I've been doing for 7 minutes, and you can come up. We did. I mean, we were doing me and Reed.
Oh yeah, Reed.
Me and Reed, and I think I don't remember who came first, but it was either me and Patrick first or me and Reed first doing Lower Level, and you came on and did that a few times. We yelled about somebody we yelled about for about 20 minutes before this podcast started. I'm not getting back into it, but
a person,
someone,
a
couple.
We got fired up. It was
We did.
A good
I'm sweating. I got so mad.
I turned the furnace on. That's why.
Oh, that's what it is.
I want our guests to feel
the heat.
How do I say this? Wet.
I do feel wet. I do feel wet.
You're welcome.
Mission
I was
accomplished.
thinking about Ty doing ASMR, so maybe that's why I'm wet.
Oh yeah. You ever seen the man
I
gobble
never
a
really
pickle?
liked ASMR, but then I heard Ty.
Oh, him gobbling a pickle.
Did you
in
say
general.
hear him gobble a pickle or see him gobble a pickle?
Here.
Here?
Yeah.
When? Damn. Okay. Nipples getting hard.
You said they were getting medium rare.
Yeah.
We don't remember why, but it's canon.
I love
it.
It's canon.
Whiskeylodeon canon.
It is.
This is such a great idea for a podcast.
Thank you.
It really
Thanks,
is.
man.
We have so much fun.
Speaking of you and me doing stuff back in the day, we were going to do our own whiskey-based podcast. Remember?
We were. Yep.
It was more like a YouTube channel than it was a
yes.
podcast. We had like ideas of going to like distilleries and that kind of stuff.
So
Do you remember
idea,
the name of it?
Yeah, feeling the spirits.
Yes, sir.
And the whole idea was basically learning the science and history of different alcohol.
It was fun. We never did any of it, but it was a good idea.
I recorded 2 episodes.
Oh, did you really?
But then the guy who filmed and was going to edit moved, and I was like, well, fuck.
Oh, it sucks.
So, but no, he actually just moved back into town. So I'm going to see if I can get that footage
Someone left Charlotte and came back. Why?
because they went to Indiana. And they're
Oh,
like,
that's where Evan's from Jedi Talk. He's from Indiana.
Fair enough.
Yeah, he hates it. That's why he lives in Orlando.
Yeah, and that's why they came back. Speaking of
Mystery.
coming back, I had to come back to this whiskey.
You had come on your back after drinking this whiskey, boy.
Oh, yes, and yeah. So we are drinking. We are drinking Uncle Nearest 1884,
So good.
and
Yes.
it is so damn good.
To my knowledge, this is the first time I've had it, and I'm a big Jack Daniels person.
Yes,
And it's just one of those things where it's like almost nostalgia for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know objectively it's not the best whiskey. Like, I'm not an idiot. But there's something about it when I taste it. It just, like, brings me back to those, like, especially doing, I used to always drink before doing stand-up
yeah,
all the time.
I remember that.
It's so cool
And-
how, I mean, like we do a show about nostalgia, but really where nostalgia is from our senses, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Especially smell.
Yeah.
I mean, and smell and taste are intertwined, so it's instant nostalgia once you take a sip of
For
something.
sure. But, like, we've all been in, like, a room or you walk into a place and you smell something, you're like, oh, my God, this smells like my 4th grade cafeteria. And, like, you can remember holding, like, the cafeteria tray. Like, smell, I think, is the most nostalgia because it's almost,
yeah.
it's not tangible. Like, taste is something that you can recreate. Like, you can make a dish, right?
Right.
And it can taste similar. But I don't think smell is the same way because, like, even if you make something the same way, it could smell different. And, you know, whiskey's like that, too. So you,
Well, because we're also describing a setting, not so much what it smells.
Exactly.
We're not saying this smells like bourbon.
yeah.
This smells like a feeling.
Yeah, this smells like me doing stand-up in the Comedy Zone before Russell Peters and bombing my ass off.
It smells like 3 tiers of Thai.
Yes.
Speaking of, have you ever had writer's tears? The pot still Irish whiskey?
No, I have not.
It's good. I'm not a huge Irish whiskey person.
I will say I've had Redbreast 21 year, and that was fantastic.
12 year?
No, 21 year.
There's a 21 year?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's just where you flip the numbers around.
I think anything can be 21 if you're dyslexic.
It's like 12, 15, and then 21 year.
Sir, you're 12. I can't serve you. Says otherwise.
Excuse me. You're dyslexic. You might want to take a look at that again.
You dyslexic, stupid minor fuck.
But yeah,
Are you
so
sure it's 21?
I Fuck it. We're going to do some research real quick.
That's like a weird number because don't you whiskey's go 23?
I've had a Glenfiddich 21.
21, okay.
Because they had an 18 and a 21.
And 23, right?
Oh, gosh, maybe.
Yeah, it's Redbreast 21 year.
Okay.
Can you not have an even number?
I don't know. I just don't think it typically. I mean, everything I like. When
because there's
Pappy's
21,
23,
there's 25, there's 27.
What's the oldest whiskey you've ever had?
The 21 year.
21 year?
Yeah.
90.
You've had a 90?
I'm a vampire.
Whoa.
And he saved it.
I love Twilight, bro.
I know.
Oh, get the fuck out.
Well,
I
speaking
read
of
all the
today,
books. I read all the books.
we are talking about Twilight.
So that's what's great about this episode. We're going to talk about Twilight Breaking Dawn Part 1.
It's really modern, and it's what everyone's talking about right now.
We're chasing the algorithm.
Yeah, at the time it's 2020. We're just chasing the algorithm. All right.
I feel like I've lost all love of this podcast.
I've lost my entire little love if we're going to talk Twilight.
It's a little dim in here, but I see that those nips have just dried up.
Yeah, like,
they are well
there's
done.
no
They are well
milk
done.
left.
Oh man.
They are well done.
Give me my leche, my lord. I need my leches.
So
So the story of
whiskey's
Uncle
great.
Nearest is this was created by Nathan Green, who is a former African American slave who taught Jack Daniels how to make whiskey.
Yeah, my boy.
That's awesome.
Jackie D.
Jackie D. Oh my goodness.
Can you? We
You
were
have a
talking about
thought
this
on your
before.
head.
Can do what?
What is the oh my goodness?
Well,
because
because like
you said Jackie D.
D, and I'm like, oh my goodness, is that like is everyone like is Jackie Chan Jackie C?
Is everyone who's named Jack also Jackie the last name initial first?
I mean, I'm just like Jackie D. I'm like that sounds so cool.
I named my dog Jack after Jack Daniels. I love Jack. He's Jackie Chan too, so I guess he would be Jackie C. I'm gonna start calling him Jackie C now.
There you
Or
go.
if he's taking your last name, Jackie H.
Jackie H.
Jackie H.
Little Jackie H.
Jackie whore.
Jackie H. That's not how you spell whore.
Speaking
How
of
do you
feeling
think you spell whore?
With an H.
whore,
No, it's a W.
whoer.
Well, I'm
Ooh.
shut up.
Did you not know that?
I did know that, but I was also
sure?
yes.
He's lying.
Look it up. No, look up. Does Ty know the spelling?
Yeah, Google. Does Ty know how to spell
Does
whore?
Also, careful if you type in-
know how to spell whore.
You said H.
I did say H.
We'll do an unfair poll.
And then whore, rarely as a direct insult unless you are a complete idiot and do not see when you misspell whore.
fuck are you reading?
Wow, I'm reading Urban Dictionary.
No, this is real?
Dictionary.
I thought
Okay.
he was fucking with us,
I
Brad.
thought he was too.
I was like, that was good.
Word used by people who are too stupid to add 2 extra letters and spell the actual word whore.
Is this real?
This is real.
Oh no! You
Whore,
should feel attacked.
H-O-R, and I do feel attacked because I was just trying to be funny. But H-O-R, word used by people who are too stupid to add 2 extra letters and spell the actual word
fantastic.
whore.
Oh, sweet man.
That's great.
Oh,
Hey, math
I'm
is hard.
sweating. Jesus Christ. This shirt was not an ideal choice for this. I'm wearing a button up like an ass, like I'm going to a country club.
Oh, you
I
are.
look like a douche.
Just wait for the
I
second
mean, you
set.
are.
I am a douche. It adds up. It makes sense. Wearing white shorts and a fucking. What is this? What is this pattern called?
Argyle. No,
Argyle.
that's not
No,
Argyle. That's checkered. No, it's
It has a name.
plaid.
Plaid.
No, it's not
rounds
No, it's not
Plaid.
plaid. It's gingham.
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 So
Look it
he's
up,
wearing
Ty.
he's wearing a primarily blue shirt
Yeah.
that happens to have checkered patterns. They're very tiny checkers. Like you could play a game of checkers on it.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
got white, you got dark
It
blue,
is
you got light
gingham.
blue.
Damn.
I used to work
Okay.
at Men's Warehouse, bro. Come
I
on.
know, but I was thinking gingham style. I was like, hold on a second.
Oh, can you do me a favor? Can you look up and see if he had a Jack Daniels Master Distillers Collection release?
Uncle Nearest?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did.
Let's
Because
look it up.
I bought a few of those and they were like really decent. But I wasn't like super into whiskey at the time. I'm still a beginner. Like I don't know shit. But-
And I want you guys to actually, while he looks that up, can you describe the profile of this thing? Because as we all know, as our listeners know, I'm the dumb guy. I will tell people it tastes spicy.
That's okay.
That's all I got.
As long as you don't say smooth, we're good.
It's liquid.
It
It
is
is
in fact
the form
liquid.
of matter.
Yeah, it is.
And,
So they do have
that's
a
all I got.
master blend edition.
Okay.
Told you.
Hey,
Thought I was right on that.
there you go.
I don't know what the
point for
mash
each
bill
of
is
you.
on this. Can you look up the mash bill of Uncle Nearest 1884? when you're done with that. What I would say is if you like Jack Daniels even a little bit, this is an elevated Jack Daniels. It kind of rounds out the edges of the Jack that's like, there's a lot of intensity in Jack sometimes. It's almost like Gentleman Jack, but I would say even more mellow and less aggressive than Gentleman Jack, which is my favorite whiskey, like my go-to, absolutely. If I can find that for a deal, you boys buying it.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not lasting the night.
I had this after a few hoppy lagers. And
is that good?
It's very good.
That's from your...
it's from the brewery I work at.
Nice.
And it's, yeah.
I'm not going to say it because I don't know if you say it, but it looks good. I'm going to have to...
Yeah, I got more in the fridge.
Okay.
Yeah, you're welcome to any of them.
I would love one.
Yes. But it can't, coming
That'll
from
help me sweating, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. We do bisky and beer, whiskey and beer on this podcast
Love
now.
it.
It's quite delightful.
I'm not a typical beer guy, but I do like lager. So that's like my go-to lager. So I'm going to have to try it. My girlfriend is like the beer person. She loves it.
I wish I didn't like beer.
Really? I don't get most of it. And I'm sure it's just an ignorance thing because I feel like I was that way at one point with whiskey where I'm like, I don't get it. It just like I would do it because it was like the bro guy thing to do. Like, we're going to do a shot of Jack Daniels.
The only
But
thing
then you start getting into it and you're like, oh, this makes sense.
I don't get barley wine.
Barley wine?
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing, so I definitely didn't get it.
Well, I can't describe it because of dumb, but basically it's a very high ABV beer made. See, I'm already botching it, but it's basically it tastes like very, very boozy.
Interesting.
It'll get you drunk.
I'm here for it.
Yeah.
What's the ABV on this? Is this 45? Uncle Nearest? I can't see.
We've lost him.
Because
he's a whore.
I'm reading.
Are you still researching whore?
It's like I could have swore I'm right.
No, I'm actually looking at the mash bill.
Is it public? It might not be public.
At least 51% corn with rye, malted barley.
So it's a bourbon.
Charred oak, age 4.
Is it a new charred oak or a used charred?
New charred.
Okay, so essentially this is a bourbon that they charcoal filter then, because that's the qualifications for bourbon.
It's a bourbon one that's rye forward, and
so it's 51% corn. What was the rye?
It doesn't give me the rye or malted barley.
That's why it's so
spicy.
spicy.
And then it is 46.5%.
46.5. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't drink like that high of a proof. I would have guessed it was 40. Because I hate the word smooth, so I won't say it, but it's drinkable. Like it doesn't.
It's sippable.
It is. Yeah, it's not like when
you say drinkable. I was like, it's drinkable. No. This is sippable. This is enjoyable.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's a really good whiskey.
Drinkable would be like, I hate it, but
you put a little Coke in there. That's how you know I hate something. If I drink it and I go, where's a Coke?
See, that's what I feel like when
whiskey.
Burpee came on and he put Coke in our cocktail. I was like, I love this cocktail, but I'm gonna add a little Coke. I'm like,
he's black. So
that's what he said. That's exactly what he said.
I know. I'm friends with Burpee. I've known Burpee for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. He likes, like, when I used to drink with him, we'd get like Jack Daniel's honey and peach flavored vodka or whiskey and like that kind of crap. And we used to do a lower level podcast together and get like obliterated drunk after hours at the Comedy Zone.
Listen, I used to drink Screwball straight up. Oh, it's awful. But
dude, I knew I wasn't gonna like it when they said you can put this on ice cream. I was like, oh,
hey, 2020 was a tough year.
I'm out, dude. I'm out. And like every podcast
everyone
I listen
struggles
to
in their own way, Brad.
This was my coping mechanism for 2020 was ABC store across the street. Come back with 2 bottles of Screwball.
Yeah,
it gets silly. See what happens.
You guys have a good whiskey selection in Charlotte. I think it's because it's state controlled.
It's not bad.
ABC's all done through the state, right?
Yeah, it is done through the state.
So I can go to Target back home, and I do quite frequently, and buy alcohol at Target, and so it makes it a little more because it's privatized.
Yeah, so they go with what's going to sell versus what's actually good.
Exactly. Especially, it's I live in Orlando, so it's all touristy, so it's all like Bacardi and shitty vodka that you're going to mix with crap, right? So it's hard to find good bottles in Orlando, but one thing I've found being here is that since it is or controlled by the state, they don't do all the rigmarole like they do back home. Like, I can't find Eagle Rare anywhere. I found 2 bottles while I was here. And the reason, like back home, if they even get it in, you have to buy a certain amount of money, amount of product per year at that store before they'll even entertain selling it to you.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and just say this. Frustrating is that you're like, hey, I'm going to bring you a bottle of Eagle Rare.
I'm still going to bring you one. I will have it shipped. I will The next one I get, I'm doing because I told him, I said I want to be the person that brings the most whiskey to the show. Now I had a bottle of Eagle Rare to bring to the show.
Yeah.
And my mom opened it.
She wanted to try it.
She wanted to try it.
And I love your mom, so like,
and she's awesome, and she doesn't like whiskey, and she loved it.
Oh,
so
as she should.
Yeah, it's really. Have you ever had Eagle Rare?
oh yes.
Yeah, you said you liked it. So that's one of your favorite ones.
One of
right?
my favorites.
You've had it, right?
Yeah.
It's tremendous.
Jenny got one for me for Christmas.
It's insane.
Yeah.
I think it's a fair whiskey to your mom.
It's a
for
stepping
example.
stone.
It's like, hey, try this.
Yeah.
You might like
And
other
if you,
whiskey.
I feel like if you like that one, it's like it's good and it's accessible, but it's not like over the top where it's like complicated and people are like, okay, I can't appreciate it. Like my mom can appreciate it. And I think it's a good stepping stone. Like
yeah,
it's a good
absolutely great stepping stone.
And so I am going to get you guys a bottle, and I want you to, when you drink it on the show, just remember that it's from me, because I am going to do it. I said I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I gotta call like 9 more liquor stores tomorrow, but I'm doing it.
Every time we take a sip of that Eagle Rare, we're gonna ASMR your name.
Please don't.
Sip, sip, sip.
Just like
A-T.
We'll plug your podcast every time instead.
that's fine. You can do that. YouTube.com/Jedi Talk.
Beautiful. Yes.
Oh my
Constant.
Follow me
God.
on Instagram at Jedi Talk Podcast.
So,
Yes, yes.
dude,
And Brad from Jedi Talk.
You had us check out Rocket Power, which we wanted to cover.
Oh,
but
good.
Why did you want Rocket Power?
So I was a skateboard kid. Like in this.
What?
Did you not know that?
No.
I still skateboard.
What?
Yeah, I landed a hill flip the other day with my son. It was exciting.
That is
Hill flip,
exciting.
Billy?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
Hilford Bradley. I don't know why I couldn't say my name. Just
I heard Hill Flip Billy.
Bradley. They call me Hilford Bradley in Orlando. It's my nickname. No, I did. Yeah, skateboard. I still do. I'm gonna let you fill me up.
Yeah,
with that,
yeah.
too.
You both need top off.
Yeah.
All right,
I'll hand that over.
Whiskey.
Thank you, brother. No, I just loved Rocket Power, and I was when I first was gonna do this, I was like, the first thing I want to do is talk about this, because I didn't know you guys how you did the format, but I knew I wanted to talk about this because I actually saw Tony Hawk in Charlotte in person at a demo he did.
What?
At a skate park called Hang Loose in like 2001. It's up in Lake Norman, or it was. It's not there anymore. Now it's like a dealership. But I've always been a huge Tony Hawk fan. I bought Tony Hawk 1 and 2, the remake, not too long ago. I'm a big skateboarding
I did
nerd.
exactly the same thing.
I played
It's
those
so
games.
fucking good.
It's great on the Switch.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
I have it on Xbox One.
Or anything.
I played it on the.
But I bet it's great on the Switch.
Was it N64 or
It's
PlayStation 2? I played it on one of those.
You could get it. It was
one was on
multi-platform.
was on the N64 because it was the blue cartridge on the
Yeah.
N64.
That's right.
And they actually had. I found this out not too long ago. Look this up. Make sure I'm not daydreaming. But I'm fairly certain that Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 got a cartridge release on the N64.
I'm so sorry that we fired Kevin last season. So Kevin was our intern,
Oh,
as you know.
nice.
All right, so what am I looking
and
at
now
with,
Ty has to look everything up.
with Pro Skater 3?
Type in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 N64 release. I'm fairly certain that game got a cartridge release on the N64.
Ty, do you want me to get Kevin
It
back?
did.
And it was like one of the last games released for the N64. Because it also got released on the GameCube, and that's where I bought it.
Yeah, they definitely did. It was a black cartridge.
Yep. Okay. I thought I was right on that. But I just love the idea of Tony Hawk being in Rocket Power because I'm such a 90s Nickelodeon kid. And I watched Nickelodeon probably longer than I should have because Rocket Power came out in like 98? 99?
They had a
was 10.
pilot that aired, or it was pitched in 98 and then came out in 99 and went to 2004.
That was that long. Wow.
Yeah.
That was my sophomore year in high school. That's nuts. I didn't know it lasted that long. But no, I always liked the show.
Like a nerd.
It was 100%.
I mean, I was watching it too. I mean, because I was really
I'm
big
the
into
oldest of three.
Avatar, so like I was sitting there still
Oh,
watching
gotcha.
stuff. Yeah.
Dave Filoni's the GOAT.
I guess I think I see Avatar is right. Like Rocket Power was the last show I think I was watching.
Same.
In my adolescence
Same.
before I was like,
How old are you?
34 at the time of this recording.
Yeah, I'm 33, so we're the same. That was the exact same thing for me. I was the oldest of 3, and Nickelodeon was always on in our house. Like, cause I'm a huge Disney fan, but I wasn't like a Disney Channel person. Like, I didn't get any of that shit at all. Like, only thing I ever watched on Disney, I think, was
Even Stevens.
Yep, I couldn't remember the name.
I had an idea. I was
100%.
like, I know
Disney
Stevens.
100%.
It's Even
That was
Stevens.
it.
Yeah.
And then some Proud Family sometimes if it was on, but like I didn't seek it out.
Impossible.
I watched it a little bit, but like I wasn't into it. But I was into all the Nickelodeon stuff. Like that was my shit. And it was like even growing up here, going to Carowinds, that was Nickelodeon stuff when I was a kid.
Rocket Power has like this one moment in one of the episodes that I think attributed and I like a spark in me that I want to become a filmmaker. And it was
Twister.
Twister. You know exactly what I'm about to say.
Yep.
That. He's like, hey, we need to get the camera lower to make it look like you are getting more air. And I was like, wait, you can change. He's changing his camera angle.
That's awesome.
Just to make something appear more majestic.
So cool.
And that was like a spark. And like I think Nickelodeon is just tapping into something really cool in any show that they've ever done. That it's like they were probably a spark for a lot of inspiration for kids to want to become something.
For sure. I mean,
Yeah, especially if they were into sports and like, wait, I can like make art with sports?
Right, I can.
Yeah.
I can. Yeah.
well,
How
skate
fucking cool
videos
is
are
that?
such an integral part of skate culture anyway. I mean,
Yeah.
like they were like
absolutely.
they were like bonus features on the Tony Hawk games. You watch each individual skater had their own little
GoPro.
Little-
but
yeah,
it
like
was-
Yeah.
what was
shitty fisheye
before
lens.
GoPro?
Yeah, it was like shitty fisheye lens cameras. And
Nokia Pro.
who's your go-to person in Tony Hawk to pick?
Oh, I have no idea.
I don't
can't
remember who
remember
I picked.
because it's been
I mean,
a long
it-
time.
it's
Rodney
been a
Mullen
hot
all day.
minute.
Rodney Mullen's my favorite skateboarder of all time.
Well, now
He's
you
insane.
can't really pick in the new one.
You can,
Really?
yeah, dude. You just gotta like. I don't know what it is on the Switch, but you have to like.
I'm
The
just
menus
Tony
are
Hawk, I
the
guess.
menus are weird.
Yeah.
The menus are weird. You have to like on Xbox. You like use the triggers to go between menus. Which I hate.
yeah, it's kind of weird.
But you can because I was Rodney Mullen again.
Better.
the
What
best.
was your favorite level?
Oh God, I just went through this again. I think the school too.
That one's really good.
There was something about those old games where I don't know what it was. And we'll get back to Rocket Power in a second. This is how Jedi Talk goes. We'll talk about
Same.
we're supposed to talk about Star Wars, and the next thing you know, we're talking about the meaning of life. I mean, we go all over
There's
the
a
place.
modern saying that says you'll listen to a podcast and you'll get about 20% of the actual subject.
Yeah, I think that's
And I'm
modest.
here for it. Those
generous.
are some of my favorite podcasts.
Yeah, me too. Better.
No, I
it's,
love
it's
it. I
really
need a
good.
refill. I need to.
It's
No,
really
I don't
good.
need a refill. What am I doing? Why is my side piece fucking beer? What have I done this week? This is so
You've had a
bad.
rough week, man.
Did I tell you that?
No.
I thought you were talking to me.
I was just making it up.
You're
I was like, you're
assuming
saying
I
they're
had a
drinking
rough
beer
week.
with whiskey. I'm like, oh, he must have
Oh,
had a
I
rough
mean,
week.
probably, yeah.
Did you have a rough week?
Did I have a rough week? I've had a long week. I don't think it was that rough.
That's good.
But it was long.
Yeah, it was our Oktoberfest, so I dressed up like old Tobias Johann
Like
Sebastian.
Oktoberfest in September?
Yeah, every
This is something
September.
Disney
This
would
is,
do.
Yeah.
I just went to the Halloween party last night in fucking mid-September. You know
Bro,
what
I just-
screams
I just-
Halloween fun? 900 degrees and 87% humidity in Central Florida. That sounds like a real fall festive time, doesn't it?
Well,
Yeah.
surprise, bitches. This is our Christmas episode.
Fa la 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 la.
Oh, cunt.
Well, which one
Just
should we
'cause.
cover first, man?
Well, probably Tony Hawk. We're on that subject, right?
Okay, yeah,
It
let's
feels
do it.
fresh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was so cool to go back and watch this.
Yeah.
And what's funny is I remembered this being like an hour-long special, and it wasn't.
No. It was 12 minutes.
12 minutes. I swear to God, I remember being like, it was this like sprawling, like epic, and then I'll go back and like, it was 11 minutes and 38 seconds. And I was just like, wow. I
Hey, as
remember,
a kid, that was a lot longer.
I remember like waiting, and they had like the clock countdown on the right of the screen, like watching it all day and just waiting for this. I saw the premiere of this. Like, I was a huge Tony Hawk fan, man.
Hell yeah.
And I was like so jazzed. And then I feel like it lived up. I was excited about it. I mean, we had TiVo, and I remember rewatching it over and
TiVo.
over again.
Oh, yes.
And I don't know if it was the premiere necessarily, but I remember having it and going back and like rewatching it a bunch of times. But until my dad accidentally deleted it, I'm still not over it. Thanks for the therapy, Dad. But no, I think it was a cool concept, and it's one of those things where it's like a tie-in to a celebrity, but it totally makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, I wish they would have done it with some other ones that weren't quite as big as Tony Hawk. Like if
Well, they got a few others, but
Oh, did
Tony
they?
Hawk was the first one.
okay,
And this is what? This is the first
season
episode
3.
of season
Yeah,
3.
Season
Yeah.
3, episode 1.
Yeah.
Mhm. Enter the Hawk Tricks,
Yes.
which I literally picked the episode because you were like, hey, I love this episode. And then I didn't even get until like just like 30 minutes ago. I'm like, oh, that's an Enter the Matrix pun.
Yeah, it makes sense. 99, right?
Yeah.
And this would have been 2001.
Yeah, 2001.
Season 3, it started in 99, 2001.
Yeah,
Right
ish.
after.
Makes
A
sense.
couple years after, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, 2001, 2002.
Yeah.
But yeah, so first off, we got to do the breakdown. So the summary, that's the wrong episode. Hearing a rumor that pro skater Tony Hawk has decided to stop skating, Otto and the gang track down his secret hawk nests.
Which is so funny because he's still skating.
Yeah, still is.
He's like in his 50s, right?
Yeah, he's actually 76 years old.
Wow, I didn't realize he was that old, but damn.
Can we talk about how like people keep telling him, he's like, you look like Tony Hawk, and they're like, well,
his Twitter feed is
that's
the
because I
shit.
am. He goes, no, you're not.
His Twitter feed is
You
amazing.
look too sad to be Tony Hawk.
You look decrepit. You
People
can't be
say
Tony
that?
Hawk. I remember Tony Hawk having light in his eyes. You look depressed and make me sad. You can't be Tony Hawk. I remember Tony Hawk filling me with joy, and now I just want you to leave.
You're like a dimmed light bulb that gave up on itself.
You're shopping at McDonald's.
Shopping?
Shopping.
Who shops at McDonald's?
Tony Hawk.
Do they have like a clothing rack in the corner? Would you like a shirt with that? Like what's going on there?
Here
You
your
want-
fries.
Would you like a shirt with those fries?
Yeah. So I walk into this McDonald's. Set the scene for me, Ty.
Yeah, so you go to McDonald's and you see this menu of food and you're like, I really want to go shopping for some food. You don't go shopping with your groceries? The summary is, hearing a rumor that pro skater Tony Hawk has decided to stop skating, Otto and the gang track down his secret hawk's nest.
Right.
And so this was created by Michael Bloom, Andrew McElfresh, and Arlene Klasky of the Gabor Klasky Productions.
Yep. OG.
We got some fun facts. Y'all ready?
I
Yes.
think so.
All right. So Arlene Klasky claims that the show was conceived from her son's then current extreme sports phase.
Yeah.
The show as a whole?
As a
Rocket Power,
whole,
the show?
they
Okay.
pitched Rocket Power. She
That
was
was
like,
their
Okay.
hey,
spark.
I didn't know if this was
Yeah.
episode specific.
no, this
Rocket
was
Power.
the show
Okay.
itself.
Okay.
The show was actually originally pitched as Rocket Beach, and that was the title of the pilot that never aired.
All I picture.
So we have some lost media too now.
And part of that lost media, goes my next fact,
Okay.
is actually in the opening sequence.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. There's a lot of that stuff. You're like, I've never seen him do that because that was in the
I
unedited pilot.
always wondered if I missed an episode or something because there is a bunch of stuff that's not shown.
Yeah.
That's actually a commonality.
Holy
Though. Like
shit.
if you think about Rick and Morty, there's a
Yeah,
lot of
lot of
stuff you
stuff.
will never. Well, we don't know yet, but like you don't ever
was
see.
made
It's
like that.
only in the intro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's probably because there was an unaired pilot.
Can we go back to Rocket Beach?
Yes.
All I can picture are a bunch of dudes with semis just running down the beach.
Yeah, I don't like the name.
But it's got to be red.
Well,
red
that's why
underwear.
they changed it.
Rocket Beach sounds
Rocket
like
Beach.
that scene from Top Gun, like a spinoff of that, where they're playing
Rocket
volleyball.
Beach.
playing volleyball with their dicks.
Yeah,
I mean, nothing wrong with it. If
No.
if you can play volleyball with your dick,
that's impressive.
that's amazing.
And
You
it doesn't
should
get bruised.
Doesn't
Wow.
get- yeah,
I'm very.
There's no
impressed.
injuries sustained. You beat that volleyball
with that hard
with
dick?
that hard
dick.
rocket.
hard
rock-
rocket dick.
The hard rocket dick.
Yeah,
You smack the fuck out of that ball.
you don't let the
You go,
Sandman stop you.
Wilson! And you smack it with your dick.
That's what I call a semi.
Oh,
I wonder what your neighbors think. Like every week, they just start screaming and drinking.
They think that we're in a domestic situation.
Yes.
Probably.
Yeah. Ty leaves every week with
They're like,
a few bags in his
Are
hand.
they going to break up again?
He's like, oh, yep, there he goes. He's leaving. He's got his bags packed and an empty bottle of whiskey
They're
again.
like, is this the week we call the police?
I kind of want them to show up. I want to be able to explain honestly what's going
like,
on.
Like, no, seriously, we're talking about Nickelodeon. I'll
getting
show you
hammered.
the logo.
Occasionally, we talk about guys playing volleyball with their hard dicks.
We're
on
talking
the
about
beach.
Rocket Power and dick volleyball. Come on,
Yeah,
I promise
come
you,
on
I'm
up, come on
not
up.
crazy.
Yeah, take your shoes off.
Take those pants off, too, officer.
Unzip those fucking.
I missed my mouth.
You did. I'm sitting there like, oh, what's happening?
Welcome to the podcast.
Yes.
Good times. We're 35 minutes in. We haven't said shit about this episode. Can I keep going?
Yes.
You got this.
So it turns out a lot of the kids that were cast had to be replaced because they were hitting puberty. So
As voice actors?
Yes. So Sam's first voice actor was Sam Soletta, but after he hit puberty in season 1, Gary Leroy Gray voiced the character for seasons 2 and 3. And then he got replaced because of puberty by Sean Marquette, who voiced Sam in season 4.
So the Squid had 4 different voice actors? 3 different voice actors?
3, yeah.
Wow.
And
I don't know
then
if I ever noticed that.
No.
same thing.
That's pretty impressive. I need to go back. Now that I know that, I need to go back and watch.
Yeah. Same thing with Twister. For the first 3 seasons, it was Ulysses Quadra, and he was replaced by Gilbert Leal for the 4th season, also for hitting puberty.
No idea.
Wow.
Well,
Impressive.
Hey Arnold had 3 different
Hey Arnold
voice actors.
did, yeah.
For Arnold?
Doug did, but it was for
No.
different reasons.
Yeah, that was for different
yeah.
reasons.
Yeah,
For
Hey
real?
Arnold had a few, 2,
Wait,
maybe
Doug?
3. Well, Doug
was always...
when it went to Disney was no,
That
Yeah,
was a
when it went to
different show.
Disney,
yeah, different situation
Yeah.
though.
Yeah,
Voice actors change, but yeah, puberty is a strange time.
That's weird. But I don't think I ever noticed it. Maybe I just wasn't paying attention.
yeah.
'Cause I was
Well,
a dumb fucking stupid kid.
I mean, I wasn't going to say anything. You're still.
I'm dumb
stumped.
fucking stupid adult.
yeah. Once I hit puberty in my mid 40s, like I'll let you guys know how I feel about this.
Oh, I'm excited to hear. It's gonna be good times.
It's gonna be great.
Jesus fuck. Sorry.
Drink your whiskey.
Drink your whiskey. That doesn't help. That made it worse. All right, I'm good.
So we're cutting to the gang, and they're hearing that Tony Hawk is never going to skate again. And Otto cannot have that. This is like, no, he's my hero. We got to talk to him. But he's at the Hawk's Nest, and they don't know where he's at. And apparently, they don't know about Google, because Google wasn't really popular back then.
No.
But that's fine.
But Squid's got plans.
Squid's got plans. He goes, if you have enough information, you can find anybody.
He says nowadays.
Nowadays, yeah.
Yeah, he says nowadays you can find anybody if you got the right information.
And
That's creepy.
it is very creepy.
that
but
time
it's also
especially.
Sam.
And he's
Yeah.
also right.
I also love the idea that like a guy who's worth millions of dollars is going to retire, but 2 9-year-olds are going to talk him out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The audacity.
plan.
So stupid.
But Sam clickety clacks, don't come back. He finds the Hawk's Nest, which, I mean, you just look up Hawk's Nest and, oh, it's right here.
He
They
had
actually
Google
show
before it was cool.
It's so funny. They like go to the back. I don't even get to this, but they get to the back door. But they actually show in
They-
the episode the
yeah, they
actual.
pass the front.
pass the front of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so they sneak in, and they find that they actually have to skate through several things before they can even get to Tony Hawk. They
Like a video
start,
game.
yeah, it's like
He's
a
the
little video
final
game.
boss.
They have stages they have to clear, and they start skateboarding first, going through, and then they get to snowboarding. This place used to be like an ice picking factory.
You mean like when you say ice picking, do you mean the Forgotten Factory?
Oh,
Yeah, like basically they would make ice,
Forgotten Ice Pick
The Forgotten
Factory.
Ice
Yes.
Pick Factory?
and so they would literally.
He's not
So the
addressing it.
factory where the
I'm
ice pick
missing
was
it. That's
for-
fine. But they made ice at that factory, and so Tony Hawk kept it there so he can have a place to snowboard.
Now, when they made the ice, did the people that worked there remember to bring the ice pick?
I don't think they did. That's why they quit.
We did that joke 5 times. Why did it take it till then?
Because I'm sitting there, the forgotten ice pick.
I thought we were. I
All
was like,
right.
I don't think I could
Okay.
be more on the nose about this. Other than just saying, Ty forgot his ice pick.
And I did. So we literally made a video, Brad and I, where we're trying to make clear ice.
I flew in from Orlando.
He flew
I
in
woke
from
up at 6
Orlando.
o'clock this morning to come fucking make clear ice for you people.
And he's driving back right after this.
I'm
Yes.
flying home immediately after this.
And I
Frontier.
forgot
Jealous.
the fucking ice pick. So we tried to use a fork, we tried to use a knife, and finally Sean brought a machete and then a hammer, and we finally were able to cut it. So we're
Some
actually-
context there.
Yeah, so we're actually...
Hold on, some context there.
Context.
I have a machete and I have a hammer. Okay, that's the context.
Okay, cool. And we're actually drinking this with some super clear ice, and it is delicious.
This looks beautiful in the glass, doesn't it?
It looks
does,
beautiful.
it does.
It doesn't melt as quickly, so you're able to enjoy it without being too diluted.
Told you, bitch.
You did tell me, and I listened.
You
but
wait till you can actually
still
do it right.
forgot the fucking ice pick.
You wait till you do it right. You're going to love it.
I already did. I did it right. And then I try to do it again for you because you're like, hey, make sure you fill it up. And I'm like, oh, hey, I'm going to drive to Sean's. Hey, Sean, can I leave this in your freezer? Nah, bitch. You got to wait till 4:30. And it just sits in my car for 2 hours. And then it's like,
definitely
oh,
was
that's
part of the
not
problem.
gonna help.
You know, I don't know if you knew this, but ice needs cold.
No.
Nah, you know.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Much like a Gumby needs stretchy legs,
And
ice
I
needs
need
cold.
to smash my cock into a volleyball.
Yes,
Keep going.
with your orange horse cock.
That's not how rockets work.
Oh, this rocket works.
Hey, you're cleared for liftoff, bitch. You silly whore.
Code?
You silly.
You silly HOR.
Are you too stupid to add 2 letters and spell the real word?
Did your
I love
parents
that
ever
so
swear
much.
in front of you and then just spell the word instead?
Yeah, they did that when I was like 20. I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
an adult. I've had 2 kids.
Yeah.
You can say fuck.
You can
It's okay.
But if your parents called each other HOR or WHORE, you would have no idea what was going on.
Well, his
then
parents
or
would
now.
say HOR, which would explain why he doesn't know how to spell whore.
Can you Can you say it in front of Teddy next week?
What do you want me to say? You want me to just
Call
say
Jenny a
whore?
whore?
You want me to call Teddy a whore?
I hear it out loud now. I hear it. No, call your
wife a whore.
There's no way for this to go well, right?
I'll do it.
No.
But I want to. But for the podcast.
It's for the podcast.
For the
I will do
podcast,
it.
Ty.
Record it as a bit and don't let her know that
Do
she
you
knows
see this?
you're-
Do you see this empty pit in this chest of mine? Mm-hmm. I want it to be full. Please call your family a whore.
A whore.
Please, Ty, do it for my empty nested heart. I need you more than ever right now.
I'm drinking beer, man. It's getting serious.
I actually do need a top off.
Get that
Anyway,
Uncle Nearest, bro.
speaking of whores, what happens in the skate park where the ice pick was happening?
Well, these whores are skating in the skate park.
9-year-old kids whores. These 9-year-old little sluts are skating. These little twats are over here skating this fucking snowboarding.
And so they go from skating to snowboarding. And mind you, the skateboard they had, but the snowboards they got from the actual factory.
Tony Hawk just conveniently leaves extra
Yeah,
snowboards.
extra snowboards
so
laying
you could
around.
find them to tell them not to quit.
Were
So-
these the four that just pop up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're glow in the dark.
Oh, no, we don't get to glow in the dark till later.
That's later.
Oh, that didn't
Yeah.
happen yet.
That
Not
didn't
yet.
happen yet.
You're
Oh.
jumping. That's all right.
Spoiler alert.
There's
there won't
glow
be a.
shit.
There's
Oh,
glow
yeah, this
shit.
happened in
There's glow shit.
2002. If you forgot or didn't know this, spoiler alert.
Looked like
Yes.
every bowling alley in the 2000s.
Spoiler alert.
and there's
Snape
like,
rides on Dumbledore's skateboard.
Yes.
Wow.
And there's trapdoors
Crazy.
also for that bitch that ruined Harry Potter for Sean. You owe us a 5-star review and go fuck yourself.
She's on it.
Wait, ruined Harry Potter? What do you mean?
Oh yeah.
You didn't listen to our episode, did you?
I did not.
Okay.
I don't like to do that because then it's like weird.
How?
Like for me, because if I come in and I'm trying to do what the show does,
Instead
it
of just be you.
instead of just being me, and then I'm trying to adapt.
So what you're saying is you're easily malleable.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah, no, yeah, absolutely.
I have no like self-worth. I have to.
Yeah, no, I'm not me. I'm
I'm a conglomeration of what I think people
people
will
want,
like.
yeah, what people would
Yeah.
like. It's just me screaming cunt. People love that, right?
Isn't that what we're doing here in this
Yeah.
triangle of conversation?
I actually did listen to a few episodes, but no, I don't think it was that one.
Okay. So yeah. What were we talking
Ruined
about?
Harry Potter.
Yeah, ruined Harry
Sorry,
Potter.
your brain-
I literally was like,
I
wait,
watched it
where
go-
were we?
He was like, oh, it's gone.
You know that moment like butter becomes like from solid to liquid? Like it felt like your brain did that in a split. It's like we've lost
It
him.
happens in a tenth of a second.
Yeah.
Butter, liquid.
Liquid.
So, Sean, do you want to tell the story or do you want me to recap?
Oh, I mean the quickest recap. You know, if you're a listener, you've heard the story. But basically, the biggest moment of the Harry Potter series, in my mind, was ruined. I've only read 4 books. She had read 6. I had all intentions of reading that 6th book, where a certain thing happens, and a certain wizard kills a certain wizard, and that was the moment.
Doesn't Dumbledore die?
Yeah,
Yeah, and it got spoiled.
that was
So
it.
he
I still have not seen
he
those
had literally
movies.
finished the 4th book, and then it's like, hey, Dumbledore dies, and he goes like, why would you? He even told us like, please don't tell me.
Wait, so this happened on the podcast?
No,
Someone-
this happened on a bus.
We
when
talked
he was
about
in
it on the
school.
podcast.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So he's
So I thought
honest.
you meant like as an adult you didn't know what happened in Harry Potter.
well,
And,
then
like, last week
I
it
would
got
have
ruined
less
for you.
sympathy
I know
for him.
this was on a bus. If it was on a bus, I could have walked to the front. I was in her passenger seat.
Oh, you were carpooling.
There was no way to escape this.
Oh,
This spoiler was inevitable. The
Yeah.
only way to escape this
And you literally
was
told
to
her,
roll
"Don't
out.
tell me.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear it."
Who,
And
who,
she
who
still.
is this? Is this somebody that you're friends with?
No, not anymore.
Oh,
Not
you
anymore.
lady, if you're, I know you're hearing this. You're a cunt.
I think we're just gonna keep bringing this up every episode.
No, dude,
Yeah.
dude,
like, this
that's
is-
so shitty. Like people do that shit with Star Wars. I remember when I went to see The Force Awakens. Spoiler alert for The Force Awakens. I had headphones in because I saw online that people were coming out and saying that Han Solo got killed by Kylo Ren as they were coming out of the theater, and so I just had headphones in listening to a podcast, and I saw a guy walk out, and I saw him say something like loudly. He had his like hand up to his mouth, and I took my headphones out. I said, "What did he say?" And the guy goes, "Dude, put your headphones back in. You don't want to know." And I just went boop. And so I'm assuming that's what he said
And
because that's like
that
the biggest
man-
spoiler thing from that.
That man was an angel. He took a hit and he says, "You don't want any of this."
What are you talking about?
The guy who told you to put your headphones back on.
Oh,
The warning
I
man.
thought you were saying like the guy came out saying that he was an angel for ruining the movie.
No. Fuck that
was
guy.
like, fuck
he can
you.
burn.
Ty
in
has
hell.
very good taste in humans.
But the person
I
said,
agree.
Yeah.
"Put your headphones back on. You don't need
Totally,
this."
I agree. Ty's,
Angel.
you're
You
like
should-
my North Star. When you say you don't like
You
somebody,
are.
I listen. I go like, okay, that's probably not
I
somebody.
think we
that-
need to rename his. What we
Ty
know your
North Star?
Gabriel is a great middle name.
Okay.
North Star Gabriel. Gabriel North Star.
Ty North Star Gabriel
Yeah.
Longworth.
I love it.
You
I'll
are a
take it.
beacon.
Oh,
You're like a little compass of friendship.
I'm in that courteous side. Ooh, speaking of Rocco's Modern
No,
Life.
let's just skip. We
Yeah, we got to cut back.
And
Fuck
then Tony
templates.
Hawk's there and he says, "Go buy my game."
Just two things though.
Yeah. So first thing in Rocco's Modern Life, you have Rocco who takes on a new job at a hot sex line.
Hello, Hefe.
Yes, and it says, "Be hot, be naughty, be courteous."
Here, Rocco.
Damn,
Thank you.
he's got it all.
He does. He could have had it all.
Mr. Big. How did Mr. Big Head sound?
Well, his wife sounded like this.
I don't remember how he sounded. It was almost like the no.
He
sounded
really
like
hoarse.
He sounded like Ickis from Monsters, All Real Monsters.
It's kind of hoarse.
My all-time favorite character voice is the dad from Fairly Odd Parents. Not the dad, but the dude that is the alien. His dad, Sean. You know who I'm talking about?
I feel like I do. I'm trying to remember.
Father. He's like, Sean, you're not going to Earth. I can't do it, but I love that dude's voice. Whoever that guy is, I love him.
There's one voice that I will always love. Meatwad.
Man, come on now, baby. Come on down here to my podcast. We'll get you a little 2-star review. If you want to get a 5-star review, go to the half a second time nipple. Tap me off with that little thing for 1884, bitch.
Like
Hey there, Mickey. My voice is shot to shit.
Yeah,
It's the
I can do
whiskeys.
Boris from Rugrats. I can do Oscar from Hey Arnold.
Who's Boris from Rugrats?
Hey, what's Steve? It's grandfather.
Oh, yeah, the old guy.
Ty,
Yeah,
I want to
yeah.
hear from our listeners too, because I know we're big fans of impressions. What do you guys like to do? What's your favorite voice that you just like to tap into?
Yeah, please do.
Yeah. How would they send that to us?
So they'd have to DM
A verbal
us.
thing. It would just be like, I can
Record
do
yourself on
this.
Instagram and tag you guys.
Yeah. Seriously, I want to hear.
That'd be great.
Give us your best impressions of your favorite Nickelodeon character.
Impressionism is what, the best form of flattery?
Yep.
Yeah.
Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery.
I don't do quotes. Brad's our quote guy.
I'm the quote guy.
He's the quote guy.
I was like, I didn't want to plagiarize, but
I'm the
yeah.
dumb guy. Brad's the quote guy. Ty's our North Star.
I just memorize things other people say, and you just repeat it and say it the right way, and people think you're smart.
I do that, and I do it in italics.
what I
That
do.
way they think it's mine.
And then I go, I think that's what I read.
Did Sean just quote
Because then you have an out. 'Cause well, then you have an out. Because then it's like, oh, I thought I read this. I guess I didn't. Oh, well. I wasted both of our times.
Whoopsie.
All right, so Tony
So-
Hawk's hanging out in the
no,
fucking...
We're not done yet with Rocco's Modern
Oh,
Life.
sorry, that's
So,
right.
and be hot, be naughty, be courteous. Where do you fall in? Which one of those three do you line up?
With hot, nice, and courteous.
No, yeah,
Well,
nice,
right now-
nice. Oh, sorry,
Naughty.
hot, naughty, and courteous.
Hot and naughty, aren't those the same thing?
No,
What does hot mean?
hot just means like you're
H-A-U-T
sexy.
or
Naughty
H-O-T?
is you're like damn sexy.
Probably naughty.
Feeling yourself versus doing yourself.
Your boy's naughty.
Okay. So we've had.
He's a
I
naughty
think
boy.
is naughty
Your boy will
our.
take you down.
Yeah, I feel like most of our guests have been naughty.
Really?
Yeah, like Burpee was naughty.
Yeah.
Yeah, that adds up.
Yeah, that adds up so well.
That adds
Of
up.
course. Yeah.
And then like I'm courteous. I feel like Sean, you were courteous as well.
I think so.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well,
like
you're-
we're courteous
You
people
both could be
interviewing
courteous
naughty
or
people.
nice. Both. I mean,
Well, I mean,
you're
courteous
just-
and nice is.
I've never seen you angry.
Oh, you
I've seen
missed
Ty.
out.
I've seen Ty frustrated.
But that's what I'm saying. Like I've been around you a lot, especially
You
back in
have,
the
yeah.
and at work when it was like hectic and shit.
Yeah,
I've still never seen you upset.
it
It's
takes a
insane.
lot, but like,
Oh, see, we're opposites. I will snap at a fucking employee at McDonald's
see, I won't.
When you're shopping there,
when I'm shopping for groceries at McDonald's. I will
Make
lose
sure
it.
you get that ice
Where are
pick.
the
I forgot.
t-shirts? Where's the fucking kale?
I need pickles for Ty for his ASMR.
He's got videos to make.
oh god,
Where are the pickles?
Sean's like,
as he reaches for the 1884. Yes, yes.
He's not even done. He's grabbing more.
Oh, I thought it was gone.
Oh, we've done the same. Yeah, you drink from the empty.
I mean,
The
Sean's
cup.
grabbed like a candle thinking it was his
I almost
glass.
drank a candle.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Could you imagine?
Yeah. Yeah, I
Holy
can. I
shit.
can imagine because I did.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
How
So-
close did it get?
Well, we were. That was when we were recording with Julian.
Yeah.
On What's in My Head
Is that the
podcast.
cunt that lied
No,
to you about Harry Potter?
no.
No.
No, Julian's our friend.
Yeah, Julian.
Hi, Julian.
Julian
Oh, you
runs
would
the
love Julian.
podcast. What's in
Jillian
My-
or Julian?
Julian.
Julian.
So he runs What's in My Head podcast, and so he actually gets to interview like these like animators and voice actors.
Oh, that's cool. That's awesome.
Like he just interviewed the voice actor who covers Gohan and Fat Gum and My Hero Academia.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think during the warm ups, I almost drank a candle.
Jesus
on
Christ.
camera. It was beautiful.
Whoopsie.
I got to interview when I was doing my Disney podcast back in the day. It was the Daily Disney Blog podcast. I interviewed Jim Cummings, the voice of Darkwing Duck, and like everyone
Winnie the
else from your
Pooh,
child.
yeah.
Everybody. Like this dude's got a crazy resume. And Bill Farmer, the voice of Goofy.
Nice.
Yeah, he was the coolest guy in the world. He talked to my son loves this ride at Disney World called the Barnstormer. It's like a kiddie Goofy roller coaster. He talked to my son as Goofy for like 30 minutes on the phone. Like just the nicest guy in the world, man. Like the nicest guy.
Man.
I've never met them in person, but when I do, man, I owe that dude. That was the cool. Like that was some cool dad points.
You owe him an Eagle Rare.
100%.
That's 3
And
tiers.
as soon as I
right
get you
there.
guys your Eagle Rare,
it's
I know
our
you.
equal rare than Goofy.
See, that's
Yeah.
why I didn't bring the ice pick. I knew you weren't bringing that bottle.
I had every intention of bringing that fucking bottle, but North Carolina, man, with their open, I don't live here anymore, so I don't know. Like, I don't know how to break the law.
Here's the actual thing.
How do you properly break the law?
You have to
Yes.
store it in your trunk. You can't have it open in the passenger like
So
near
if it's
you.
in your trunk, you're fine.
Yes.
So not back
Really?
seat?
Yeah, it can't be in the back seat.
Okay, so
Because that's not the case in
question.
Florida.
It
So
can't
every
be
time that I
reached.
drive home with like beer in my passenger seat,
If it's unopened, you're fine. If it's
okay.
opened,
See, this was open. In
Yeah.
Florida, if it's if even I put that in my trunk, you're going to jail.
well, not in North Carolina. North Carolina's like, hey, as long as you're not drinking while you're driving or have the opportunity to, we're good.
what you got to do
Just get a
is-
grabber.
if
You can drink and drive. I'm kidding. Jesus Christ.
Just
if-
make it look like iced tea.
No, that's easy.
Put it in
if,
Arizona
If you're
can.
trying to hide your alcohol in your passenger seat, put a dead body over top of it.
There you go.
They'll
Kill someone.
never kill somebody.
Then no one will care
They'll
about the alcohol.
never find the
Yeah,
alcohol.
just murder someone, put their body in your trunk.
Yes.
And just put them with the body of the alcohol.
And this is Jedi Talk.
All right, we got one more question we got to ask you. It's something we've been wanting to ask all of our guests, and we did so in first season. We've been kind of slacking off now. How did you lose your first tooth?
I don't know if it was anything interesting. I think I just had a loose tooth and my dad pulled it. That's as earliest one I can remember. I think that's what happened.
And you don't have any traumatic experiences?
No, but my brother does.
Okay.
Okay, we'll
take it.
We'll take it.
I punched his tooth out. We got into it.
Oh,
You guys are
we're twinning.
Are you for real?
Twinning? Yes.
So my little brother was trying to tickle me, and I ended up kicking it in the mouth, and he lost one of his front teeth.
For real?
And that's a tooth that ended up like coming out crooked.
Oh, wow.
And then the next day, he was literally trying to like be all like, "Oh, look, I got like money," and so I was like, "Hey, smile!" And I had just watched the Ninja Turtles movie, and so like I saw what like they
Always
ripped the
a good-
tape off of Raphael's mouth. I was like, "Hey, Teddy," and he goes, "What?" And I take a sticker, put it in his mouth, and I rip it off, but then his other tooth came out.
Oh, my God.
Did
Yeah.
you say, "Hey, Teddy"?
Hey, TJ,
I was like, "Wait,
Teddy has not lost
you
any
punched
teeth.
your 4-year-old."
I have not
I
punched
didn't
my
even catch that.
4-year-old.
You may have called him a whore, but you would never punch him in the face.
I'll verbally insult my child.
Yes. Yes.
But physically, I'm not.
I'll call him and his mother a whore to their face for the podcast, but I would never hit them.
That's going to get you out of anything that you feel like you've done is wrong. You just say,
I did it for
"Baby,
the podcast.
it's for the podcast." Yeah.
I tried that a few times.
Didn't.
Hey, I got these like 9 bottles that I drank. I drank for on the podcast to make the show better. And you go back listening, you're like, oh, it's not better.
Oh, that was not better.
It was not better.
We've had 2 or 3 episodes where we've realized like, oh, this is not better. For
Yeah.
we thought the more we drank, the better it would get.
There's like a point of no return.
Yeah, everything
Or
in
diminishing
life,
returns, I mean.
everything in life is at a bell curve.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I did one the other night when we were talking about the first day of D23, and I'm fairly confident I blacked out because I don't remember. So I do the podcast in my garage, and I don't remember finishing the podcast, and I don't remember going inside and laying down, but I woke up in my bed. So I was drinking Wild Turkey 101, and I drank half a bottle of Wild Turkey 101, and I don't remember much about it. I had to go back and listen to the podcast to see what we talked about because I didn't remember.
How
That
was
was
it?
Sunday. It was okay. You would never know I was drunk,
Fair enough.
unlike this one.
I need to fill this. Oh, there's stuff still
I didn't know it
there.
was still in here. I feel like an asshole.
I mean, it's delicious. I get it. You want more.
It's good.
You look more like a whore
That's true. I look like a whore that's going to go on a boat
with your
and
Argyle.
jerk off some dude. As a thank you for letting me be on his boat.
Thank you for your boat,
Thank you for the boat. How can I please you?
my lord.
My lord needs to be pleased. My lord also would care for a synopsis of the remaining podcast. Dobby dies.
Oh, what? Spoiler alert!
No, like me. I was
I
doing
know.
Dobby.
But also, Dobby.
We've done
He had
a
AIDS.
spoiler.
It was a weird thing.
It
they
was a
added.
weird turn.
It was a weird turn.
It was a weird turn.
He died of AIDS.
J.K. Rowling was going places.
She went hard. She's like, and then AIDS. And you're like, what? There's AIDS in the Wizard of Oz? She's like, absolutely.
Ty, I'm always wondering what episode it's going to be that we get canceled. Apparently not yet.
Not yet.
It'll
Yeah.
be this one.
It'll be this one?
It'll be this one.
Oh, that'd be so great.
Oh, no.
No, we'll be his guests forever on Jedi Talk.
Yeah, you can just come on our
done.
show.
Yeah.
Just make sure you know a lot about Star Wars, and you'll be good to go.
It's great.
Well, we do know about Tony Hawk,
We know a little bit about him.
and we know a bit more about rocket power. And they finally get to the last stage, and this is their glow-in-the-dark stage. So Tony Hawk ends up skating by in what looks like an LED light, glow-in-the-dark skateboard.
That's
Yeah.
very well said.
It was very bright.
I also
That's
like to
cool.
think that like our afterlife is the glow in the dark stage.
Well, this is what I was thinking when I was watching this now, because I don't know if this came out at the time. Can you look up when Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 came out?
Oh, I'm going to say 2004.
I want to say 2003.
Okay. If you're right,
No,
we both have to drink. If I'm right, we both have to
2002.
drink.
2002.
And the answer is
You said Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2,
Yeah.
yeah.
2000.
2000?
September
The
19th,
second
2000.
one?
The second one.
I'm confused about my
Wow.
whole life.
I know.
All of it.
When you go back and look at stuff, you're like, what the fuck? How old was I?
Well, I've said this on the podcast.
I
One
was
came out
11.
in 99, so 1 and 2 came out just a year apart.
And
That is
okay.
insane
We've
to
talked
me.
about this before, Ty, but the thing that still blows my mind every day. Well, that's an expression. Lion King, 1994.
Yeah.
What came out a year later?
Pulp Fiction.
Aladdin.
The same year. Toy Story.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And that's like I just
What?
remember
Yeah.
Lion King, Toy Story being at least
Like a decade apart.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Right? And this
So,
is,
yeah.
Toy Story was 95. Mm-hmm.
Is that why we do this podcast? To figure out what our brains were doing then and what they're doing
I don't
now?
know. It is a weird thing to think about. Like, when you think about that, what year did this season come out? So they started in 99 in season 3, so 2000. I bring the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 up because there's a level called Skate Heaven that you can unlock in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 that is very similar to this. And so I wondered if one inspired the other.
Rocket Power Season 3 started in 2001. September 10th of 2001.
So they were making this in 2000, possibly like 99, to air in 2001.
So Rocket Power was
I would say they
paying
had a
tribute
year,
to the
so it
game.
would have been in 2000.
So I wonder
Yeah.
which one influenced the other, because look up Skate Heaven if you don't know what I'm talking about. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 Skate Heaven. It is very, very similar.
Skate Heaven. So what was in Skate Heaven?
It's just like the dopest level in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all glowy and shit.
Okay.
There's a bunch of half pipes.
Clouds.
Yeah.
Cherubs.
No cherubs.
Oh, wine.
One
Oh, dip.
Grapes.
I had
Zeus?
a joke and it's gone. I don't remember what I was going to say. Shit.
Say it like later when it doesn't make sense.
I'll just blurt it out and be like,
Yeah.
blah. And they're like, oh, that's what you're talking
Like,
about,
oh,
stupid.
Yeah. It's a later
see it?
punchline.
Yeah, I see
It's
it.
very similar, right?
Yeah. I'm going to say that Skate Heaven inspired Rocket Power because Rocket Power would have had to make it afterwards because it would have been in 2000. So Tony Hawk wouldn't have gotten to see the episode until after. So yeah, so
It was
Skate
a really
Heaven-
cool looking animated set piece.
Yeah, it is cool.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, the color is cool. Like the design of it's just really cool.
And just even in Rocket Power, it was a really cool design because you had all these different ramps you were going through, and Otto's trying to catch up with Tony, and they kept saying, "Hey, Mr. Hawk." And it's like, who wants to hear Mr. Hawk?
It doesn't sound right, does it?
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it's just Tony. Like
And Tony just
Hawk.
kept ignoring him. And he goes, "You're gonna call me Mr. Hawk? Get the fuck out of here."
I was expecting Mr. Hawk. Mr. Hawk's my father. Thank God he didn't say that.
Yeah, thank goodness. And
Ethan
finally,
Hawke shows up and he says,
I
"You can
am his
call me."
father. It's spelled different, but shut up.
and so
But
finally,
shut up.
everyone has already not gotten close. They're off of some other thing. Otto's the only one that's able to get close. But then Tony Hawk goes through the wall and disappears. But the wall opens up, swallows them whole, and they're like, "Let us in!" But finally, Tony lets them in. And they're like, "Tony, you can't quit, man. We need you. Like, I've wanted to skate with you my whole life." And Tony Hawk's like, I'm not stopping skating.
Another time the media has lied to us.
Yes.
Seems like a dumb rumor.
He was like, "It's just a dumb rumor they spread every time I need to take a break."
Yeah, wait 30 years from now, I'm going to break my hip on a, on a half pipe. You see that video when he heard it? God, dog. You see that? He broke his, I think, was his leg? I know he broke his pelvis once, and that was on camera too, when he was doing a loop.
Elvis is only one letter away from penis.
It is. It's also one letter away from Elvis.
I think Penvis. It'd be Penvis.
That would be Penvis. I'm not good at spelling.
Okay. Don't judge us, Ty.
Oh, and I'm the one who can't spell whore. Okay.
Oh, pelvis. Pelvis, right?
Yeah.
So,
So
it
if
is
you
one
take
letter
a-
away from Elvis. I was right. Fuck you.
I didn't say that.
No,
Why
pelvis.
you say
Yeah,
fuck
I
me?
said
Yeah, I
penis
was
is
right.
what it-
Hey,
yeah.
go fuck yourself.
I didn't say. I didn't challenge.
I got to look this way because the microphone's not it's directional. So I'm looking at time. I'm looking at Sean.
You look like a rhinoceros.
Because of my
Who
hair?
had it was no the way you have to look at both of us. It's like a rhinoceros who's like
Yeah, I have to look. I'm looking at the keyboard. And
who wants
it's
to
both
be
of you.
friends with their victim. Yeah, I like it.
Fucking chameleon.
Ty darts his eyes. Yes.
All chameleon like.
I mean, is that kind of how? It ends with a nice little bowl sesh.
Yeah, they get to skate together.
He
A
says, "Hey."
9-year-old is like the best.
and then he
He says,
tells you
"Otto,
he's-
hey, do you want to go ahead and hit this bowl, smoke this bowl, skate this bowl with me before we depart?"
Yeah. And he even tells
He
him,
says
"It's like,
that.
look, you could just come to the front door like everyone else."
Right.
And then it shows that they literally
walked right past it.
But
Or
yeah,
they ride on their little caravan thingy, skateboards
Yeah.
with.
Yeah. But even he, like, Tony Hawk to the time was like, "Look, like, I've been watching you on my cameras because I'm weird like that. But you're pretty good, man. I think you're going to go places."
I got this like the most impressive skating you've ever seen. It's a 9-year-old. He's like, "Yeah, you're okay.
And I was like, "Yeah."
You're gonna go. You'll be fine.
you'll
You'll
be
be fine."
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, he did like a 900 at 7 years old. I think he's gonna be okay. I don't think he needs a Tony Hawk stamp of approval.
We all sometimes in life need a
Tony Hawk
stamp
I
of
agree.
approval.
Agreed.
When did Tony Hawk 4 come out? I'm kidding. Don't look it up.
I was like, "Damn it, I'll do it."
You're so down. This is why I love
For
you,
the
Ty.
podcast.
What's your favorite Tony Hawk game?
Pro skater. Are there
First one?
Are there multiple?
Are you shitting me?
Wait. Are there
I
other
didn't
non
play
pro
other
skater
editions
games?
beyond
Well, there's
1
like
and 2.
Underground, which is
Oh,
my
I see.
favorite.
I was thinking like Tony Hawk created like a new brand of
Oh,
like
well,
aliens in space.
He had like a
fighting
ride thing
clowns.
where you like hop on a skateboard, and it was almost like a remember that arcade skateboarding game where you would like
Yeah,
hit the
yeah,
it was like
yeah.
it was kind of like that. I think it was kind of like Air Ride or something. Some
I think
stupid
I'm a
shit.
purist, and not because I want to be pure, but like Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1,
Just so cool.
just with, I mean, like it was so novel at the time, and the soundtrack, obviously.
The soundtracks is the shit.
Everyone talks
Yes,
about it, but
the soundtracks were amazing.
Well, that
and then
introduced
the
me to
secret
a-
levels too.
Yeah. I grew up really religious, and so that was like my first introduction to like rock music. Like the first time I heard Motorhead was from Tony Hawk.
you found God in skater.
I did.
Yeah.
And skating is real.
And he found the god of rock.
Yes.
Skateboarding is real.
Yes. My skateboard in Christ, brother. May wear my tie and smoke a bowl half
And
pipe.
then skate.
skate the ball.
Skate the ball. Skate the ball. Skate the ball. Yes. Yeah. It was. That's why I re-downloaded it. I think.
Yeah, it's good.
At least the last like few years, I'm like, I'm craving nostalgia,
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I'm with you on that. It's hit hard for
and
whatever
we're
reason.
excited to talk with you on your podcast.
I can't wait.
We're gonna have fun.
Oh, we're gonna get into it.
We're gonna get into it.
I can't wait.
Absolutely.
I want to know your. I want to know. I have thoughts.
Oh, I have lots of
We'll
thoughts.
get to it.
We have
We'll
thoughts.
get to it.
But before we get to the next episode,
Hello, everyone. My name is Brad Hughes,
And my name is Evan T. Boucher.
And I am Tom Okren.
and we're the hosts of Jedi Talk. Every week, twice a week, we bring you new and incredible podcasts based around Star Wars.
We do one show on Monday that's focused around the news of the week and speculation, and then one episode on Wednesday that's usually a top 10 episode.
Yes, we do. We have talked top 10 moments in Star Wars. We've done a top 10 favorite action figures. And just recently we did a top 10 moments of the sequel trilogy. Everybody's favorite. It is mine, and much, much more.
The show's great because it brings three friends together to talk about one thing we all love, Star Wars.
It's pretty wizard. Give it a shot.
You could find our show wherever you get your podcasts, including Apple Podcasts and our favorite Spotify.
All you have to do is search Jedi Talk and hit subscribe. Thank you so much, and we will see you on the next show. Until then, may the Force be with you.
Always.
Rise, Jedi Knight!
Whiskey, whiskey, Whiskeylodeon.
This isn't Photoshop.
It is audio Photoshop.
It is.
I mean, you can cut stuff. As, okay, fine, but we can't. I was like, oh, can you make me like 10 pounds lighter? I was like, no, bitch, it's audio.
But
I can make you 10 pounds thicker in your voice.
he could.
By putting a rocket in it.
Ty, I could change your pitch. Say something.
Say something.
No.
What
say
the
something.
fuck?
Say something. Just give me some words.
Say the gay thing you said.
Actually,
a minute ago.
go ahead and talk about a little bit of this episode.
We have Sam, who is sitting there trying to learn how to do what's called the tic-tac.
Yeah, it's a real scare. It's just the.
Yeah, just kind of moving around.
Yeah.
And he's failing. And so Otto's sitting there doing all these cool moves, and Reggie's like, oh, this is boring. And I was like, bitch, what? And you're giving me a pause.
You sounded so great different. In that. You sounded so different and great.
It was great.
It was great.
I can't believe how different you sounded.
Oh, thank you.
It's crazy. What
Nuts.
post-production can do.
Wow.
We photoshopped your voice just now.
You're just a beautiful genius.
So tic-tac.
Tic-tac. So,
first
TikTok. No, Tic-Tac. Whatever it is. So, Sam has a computer program that he can basically type in stuff and he can see what kind of move it is. So, he can show you how it looks like. And so, Otto's like, oh, really? Can it make up stuff? And at that point, he's like, oh, I want to do this move. I want to do this move. I want to do that move. And that's when we get the Super McVarial 900.
A move so insane, even Tony Hawk himself couldn't do it in the previous episode.
And so Otto's like,
so they don't address again.
Otto's like, well, I'm going to train. And so he works on this ramp at 5 o'clock in the fucking morning. I would have just punched him. Like I'm already stressed when my kid wakes me up at 4:30 in the morning. He's like, I want a cookie. I was like, well, bitch, I want to sleep. Your mom's a whore. H-O-R. And Sam tells Otto, was like, well, I mean, you could try, but it's physically impossible. Like physics will not work in your favor. But Otto is not deterred. He is trying so hard. He has been beefing so much.
And Ty, what is a beef?
A beef is when you crash and burn.
And when you crash and burn, what happens?
You beef.
And when you beef, what happens?
You crash and burn.
And when you crash and burn, what happens?
You beef.
When you
and
beef,
then
what happens?
some words come out that says beef. Super beef.
Actually, yeah. I don't remember that.
I think that only
Did you
happened
guys
for that
remember
one
this? Is this a bit?
episode.
Is this for real? This
yeah,
actually happened
in the
show?
episode, like when he crashed, it was like beef.
Really?
Yeah, the words show up in a weird graphic.
That's odd.
Yeah. I don't think that was
I don't remember
common.
that at all.
Worked.
It worked.
But that's not a skateboard term.
And
Beef?
I mean, when you beef, you crash. You fall.
I mean, I think we know what it means, but like, it's just context. That's not, I don't think that's a skateboarding term. I've never been like, oh, dude, I beefed.
I mean, you've said that, but it wasn't about skateboarding.
It wasn't about skateboarding. That's true. I have said that. Yeah, I've said that many times.
But yeah, so Otto is trying so hard, and finally you have the neighbors, and apparently the husband is sick and can't mow the yard. And so here you have Sam trying to do the TikTok again. He crashes, and suddenly all these balls, he tries to tic-tac, and he crashes. And so all these balls, including a tennis ball, start going everywhere. And this tennis ball ends up going, bouncing into the neighbor's yard, and she hits it with a lawnmower just as Otto is up in the air. And this tennis ball ricochets out of the lawnmower into, like, hits the board and allows Otto to finish the Super McVarial 900. And everyone's like, oh! And so, like, Sam's like, no, that can't physically happen. Like, physics won't let you. And Twister's like, no, I did it. I saw it. I got it on camera. He recorded in the sun. You don't see shit. Wow. I know.
If only they had the magic of editing in 1999.
And so Otto's like, no, I did it. I can do it again. I'm going to do it. I'm going to win this competition. And so
And then he beefs.
oh, well, spoiler alert.
Oh, is that really what happens?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember this at all. I'm
So
fucking around.
Follow
literally,
us on Instagram. Donate to our Patreon. Bottoms up.
I totally didn't know that was actually what happened.
so basically, Sam's like, that can't physically happen. I don't know how. And then he sees the basically torn up, ripped to shreds tennis ball. And he's looking out the window and he sees the neighbor mowing the lawn. And he's able to piece it together. He's like, oh, if this would have happened, if this would have hit this angle, that's how he did it.
The best part is he goes, he slips on this ball, and it falls onto his chest, and he goes, huh. And
Falls
then
on his chest in a kid's show?
Yep. Yeah.
Wow.
And then he goes up into his room, and he goes, huh, lawnmower, huh, skateboard. Or like he says like a couple words.
He did the shit
and
that I
pieces
hate
it
where
together.
like something that's impossible. That Marvel does this all the time, and Star Wars did it too, which pissed me off. Where like the characters will go like, we can't do that. Time travel's impossible. And then in 3 seconds they're like, unless we maximize the flux capacitor, and they're like, and then we both figured out time travel in this one sentence. It's the same shit with this episode. I hate that trope.
The only thing is like I can accept it in the kid show. I
Me too.
can totally accept this.
No, it
And
makes more sense to understand a tennis ball, but it's just one of those things where like explaining nonsense.
I think
so
I
stupid.
think as like 30-something-year-olds we like I mean I started this, right? Like we compare it to modern day stuff and we can put a lens of judgment over it.
Yeah.
And I agree with
corn.
you. And
Rye. Alcohol. This is whiskey.
The hell you say?
that actually works though. Ty was trying to do an argument and he actually made a good one, except it was beautiful.
Delicious.
Well, it'd be
But
like
you
if I
know
was like, we
you know
can't
what you're
make our
talking
own
about.
whiskey. No, we can if we just we both come to a conclusion in 6 seconds. I hate that whole.
You got to put your
idea.
alcohol capacitor in the flux.
And they're like,
corn
and then
capacitor.
and then it makes whiskey.
whiskey.
Yeah, we all figured it out together. They did it in
Yes.
Marvel with the time travel stuff, and they did it in The Last Jedi with tracking through hyperspace.
It's pronounced whiskey ex machina.
I like
Whiskey Ex Machina. I love it.
that. Great movie.
I feel like that's another shirt.
Yes.
Have you seen Whiskey Ex Machina?
I think
the
it should be
director's cut. It's fantastic.
Our t-shirts don't have nipples.
I'm
and
surprised your merch is just assless chaps.
And they're gingham. They're without nipples.
Oh, man. So now that Sam's realized, oh, this is how he did it, he's going to fail.
I thought he was gonna go cut grass.
I thought
you
he took
imagine?
the ball.
He's just like, you know what?
I thought he
I
was
was
going to
keep
run.
running over the tennis ball and see if I can help my friend out.
Yeah, that's what
what
I
a real
thought.
friend would do.
But no,
Not
Sam's
this
like,
fucking dork.
bitch, see, you were wrong. I knew I was right, and this is how you did it. And Otto, of course, is like, bitch, I am at my competition now,
What a cunt.
and I got to do it.
Truthfully.
And of course, he's crushing at the beginning. If he had just not done it, he would have won. But of course, he tries, and he beefs. Like, he doesn't just beef, he super beefs. Like, and that's what it says. It's super beef.
It does say super beef.
It does say super beef.
It does.
Did you say it like super beef, like you just said?
Well, it doesn't say it. It just shows us the word. It goes super beef.
Wait, that's from fucking.
That's
all
Neil
that.
Brennan and all
Yeah,
that.
it's Neil Brennan.
Let's hear it for super beef.
Did you say Neil Brennan on
Yeah,
all
Neil
that?
Brennan was all that. He was one of the
yeah.
writers,
Shut-
and he was in an episode.
Dude.
No.
Yes.
Are you
Yes.
fucking
yes,
serious?
I'm fucking
Yeah.
serious, man.
No way.
Yes, I'll have to send you that clip.
Holy shit. I did not know he was a writer on
he
all
was
that.
on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I fucking love Neil Brennan.
Oh, same.
Oh,
First
your
comedian-
your love just grew for him.
First comedian, 100%. First comedian I ever paid to see was
Wow.
Neil Brennan
Ooh.
at the Comedy Zone before I worked there, before I was doing stand-up.
Your love went from soft red sand rocket to hard horse orange gummy dick.
Yeah, Gummy Dick, absolutely.
Well, we did it, guys. We covered both episodes of Rocket
There
Power.
was some Nickelodeon talk in there.
There's some. Yeah. Oh, this episode ends. He beefs.
Oh.
On the thing,
And then
right? Did we end it? No,
And
we
then-
only
no.
got to where Squid.
Yeah, because Squid basically said you can't do this, and then we got to the beef.
got to the
Okay,
beef.
so the very last thing is basically Otto and Sam reconnect. They're like, "Hey, I'm sorry, I didn't believe you." I was like, "Hey, I'm sorry, I was being an asshole," and then they're friends again, and that's the episode.
And before that, he does go up there onto the top of the half pipe and say, like, "Don't do this." We didn't really say that part, but we just did now.
yeah, it sounds like don't do this. If you just do your normal things, you're gonna win.
And he actually has that tennis ball with him, and he's just like, all right, whatever. He tosses it over his shoulder, and it hits.
So it doesn't even show him evidence of his argument?
Yeah, he showed evidence of his argument.
yeah.
Oh, and Otto's just a douche and just doesn't take...
He's like, that
9.
could have been any tennis ball.
He is,
Well, yes.
He is 9.
Yes.
That's fair.
But yes.
He's a child.
He's a child.
How does he not feel like
Dude, fuck Otto! He's not listening to the facts!
I'm going to say it. I think that because Nickelodeon is so well written and so well done, we will always be able to put our current selves in their shoes.
Oh, totally.
And we can't help it. So like we're going to make fun of these kids because we see them as ourselves, probably still now sometimes.
I do.
And it's for better or for worse.
There's
It's-
a 9-year-old extreme sports skater inside all of us.
And it's Nickelodeon just doing some fucking wizardry that we just appreciate. And that's why we talk about these things.
Well, Brad, we want to make sure that people know where to find you. Where can they find you, my friend?
Follow me on Instagram at Brad from Jedi Talk.
Is that where
that's
you're
it.
also having your food reviews?
No, that's a different YouTube channel that I'm starting. Like, I got 2 videos up. If you want to see my fat ass eat some really good food in Orlando, go to Brad Hughes Food Reviews on YouTube. Just Google that.
Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because in November, there is going to be a Whiskey, Wine, and Fire Festival, and I'm inviting Brad to join me to review the whiskey there.
When is it? November?
November. Fuck.
In the future.
In the future.
This is future Brad's problem
is.
to figure this out. So present Brad's going to say, I'm going to do it 100%.
Yay!
And now if future Brad has to backtrack on that, that's his problem. I'm all in. I've already booked a flight.
Done.
That's how these podcasts tend to work
Yeah,
sometimes.
that sounds good to me. No, it sounds
pretty
great. I'm here for it.
remarkable.
Yeah, I would love to do that. It'd be fun to do.
Well, Ty is holding his arm at a good old 90-ish degree angle.
You look like Hitler holding up a glass of whiskey.
Okay, this could have been
Actually,
anyone.
he does though. Yeah.
It's a bit
Yeah, let's turn our
he's
let's
going
turn our
for-
hands under. Let's do under pitch here on this because that
Oh, an
didn't look good.
underpitch.
3 white guys saluting the fucking to the ceiling here.
Well, no one would have known about it.
We all did.
Well,
We saw each other's eyes and we knew.
We have an audio podcast.
Me too.
We could've-
I
we
just didn't feel
could've-
good about it. You know.
He did.
All right,
You're
all
right.
right,
You're
all
right.
right.
Energy.
So we're-
Energy's
I'm
things,
changing
right?
it. I'm changing
We're
it.
under-
Oh, we're going back up.
I'm going back.
Okay. We're not sure. Well, now I
are-
definitely know.
Well, now
This
we're
is good.
under pitching the whiskey as we all do.
We're under pitching it.
our favorite thing to end.
What do we
Bottoms
say?
Up.
Say it again, Ty.
Bottoms up.
Be hot, be naughty, be courteous. Be hot, be naughty, be courteous. You're giving me a pause. Be hot, be naughty, be courteous. Be hot, be naughty, be courteous. Oh! How did you lose your first tooth? Bitch, what? Oh! Be hot, be naughty, be courteous. Be hot, be naughty, be courteous. Bye.